Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Factorio C-Block. This is episode number 13, and today we're going to continue preparing for the next phase. Phase 3 is what I'm calling it. Phase 3 of the base. We are doing research and laying down solar panels. I've got a new recipe. I finished researching the next substations. It still somehow managed to look a bit like a face, maybe with tusks or something. I'm not sure. Oh, and there are some aliens in the way. Okay, maybe for this particular recipe, we'll just move to the left. Because I only have... Oh, I do have 3 turrets. I only have 11 bullet thingies, though, so we're going to need some more of that. Let's expand our footprint. So the first phase, as I'm defining it, was where we started out, where we had a... whatever they started us out with in that chest. And we just needed to make something stable to get started. Second phase is where we are now, where we're kind of finishing up, where we've set up the research for the first 3 science packs, and we're basically getting established. Phase 3 is going to be where we've unlocked all of the different smelting potential recipes and technologies, and we go full bore into 6 different technologies. So looking at the tech tree, I've been doing a lot of time digging through this and looking through recipes and seeing what kind of balance of materials we need, how much copper, how much iron, how much tungsten. There's like 20 different metals and all kinds of different petrochemical stuff and algae and everything in between. A lot of different things to be made. Turns out we don't need that much iron. We need a lot of copper, as you might expect. There's so many other different types of metal, though. So looking at the tech tree, the end goal is way down here to finish this thing with 125,000 of these 6 different sciences, and then to make this thing. That's way off in the future in phase 4, which will be like beaconed, moduled setups with like super duper speed and robots flying everywhere. But to get to that, we've got to get through this. And so what I'm doing, I've looked at the tech tree, and these 6 here are going to get us most of the way through everything we need to research. This one, the logistics science pack, I'm not going to really worry about too much. We only need it for a few things. This is one of them. But most of the time, it's not using too many things. And then there's all this alien science stuff, which I'm not going to worry about right now either. So these 6 are what we're planning for. We're going to be setting up stuff down to the south. And we're also expanding our solar panels. We're going to need carbon and coal and coke. And a variety of different things coming from, as well as more like cellulose paste and stuff like that for wooden boards. Let's see, is this a big enough area for... Not quite. All right, let's move down here. We're going to need a variety of different things from our steam engine setup, so we're going to be borrowing from that more and more. Power is going to primarily come from these solar panels, which I am expanding aggressively as we start creating the layout for the next phase of the base. I'm up to 500-ish before putting this down, so this should put us up to almost 800. 184 per one of these layouts. The robots are kind of slow. One quicker thing to do is to just manually pick them up when they're just hanging around outside of you and recharging. That will reset them to a base charge amount, and they will fly back around. And whatever item they're holding, if they're holding one, will go back in your inventory. And I think we need another science up and running before we can research their speed more, or to get the next level of powered armor and all the different things it would require inside of it. But this is still going to be a big help. Okay, they're almost done with this. I guess I'll walk up here and fill out... Oh yeah, see, now they're all hovering around me. Pick them up. Reset their jobs. You can see my battery there draining quite quickly. Okay, put down this. So, yeah, this recipe is going to do us for a while. I think, basically, by the time I'm able to make, like, there's a 3rd tier of the solar panels. There's a tier 2 and a tier 3, I think. By the time I'm able to make that, we'll probably be on nuclear power. But for now, we're going to be using the solar panels for quite a while. Okay, run around this side and do this. We should also be researching something. Energy seal, we don't have the gray science yet. I guess just all of this metal stuff is going to be important. Electrum smelting we're going to need. Gunmetal, I don't know if we're going to actually use that. Advanced nickel, we will need that too. All right, we'll just do all the metal stuff. All these remaining guys in this menu here We'll just go ahead and knock those guys out. That one doesn't even take blue. There we go. I would like to click on a power pole here when we're done and see what our running total is up to. I have enough, almost enough to lay down another one. And at this point, our solar panels are providing more static power than our steam engines ever did. And there's upgrades for those down the line too. So I think the power problems are basically behind us until we massively expand and completely overdo it. Which we're probably going to do 736 solar panels. And let's see, they are declining, so you can't quite see exactly how much they are. They are, well, whatever. We'll look at it later. Doesn't matter. But we're going to continue laying out the different setups for the next phase, which is going to cover, it's not going to be beaconed or modules. It's going to be phase 3. We're going to have layouts for all the different metals required. Oh, that was quick. For the first 6 sciences. In VAR, we will need, let's do, bronze is important. No, brass is important. I guess we're going to do all of them. But it probably makes sense to do the ones we're going to be using right away first. Electrum, I know that is coming up, so let's do that one. So, as the base gets bigger, last episode I revealed a truly extraordinary and mind-breaking, game-breaking, reality-altering transportation system of a highway where we travel on a car. And I've increased that effectivity and efficiency, and the level of innovation. I think it might just blow your minds. Let me introduce you to the next transportation system for the base for C Block. It's very simple. You stand here at the loading dock, and you wait for a carriage to come by, and you just get in. And it's a passive system. It's very simple. Doesn't take any power. This one's a different color than the other ones I'm just now noticing. Huh. You get in, and you just ride around. It's amazing. I think it might just revolutionize the Factorio metagame. Okay, there's that done. Anyway, we got some layouts to work on. So this was the first of the layouts we worked on last episode. This is the iron layout, which is going to produce approximately 1 yellow belt, which would be basically what I would want for the next phase of the base. I'm trying to shoot for 1 science per second of each of the 6 types I talked about. And that's actually going to be a massive increase to the base. And this is more than enough for that, or it's about enough. But we're going to need a pretty good amount of iron for other stuff, so I'm actually going to double it up. And since I'm doing that, I'm going to try to just make it a bit more compact. We've got this big chunky thing here, and then a lot of dead space there. And this is going to be like the full configuration for the base until we're deep into the game and making like moduled and all kinds of crazy beaconed layouts later on. So maybe if we rotate these filtration guys, and I looked up the upgrades, and we've actually maxed out upgrades on the crystallizers and the filtration units. We have not maxed out any of these guys, but I think they're all going to upgrade kind of together. And if I have to change something, we can fiddle with that then. If we take that like that, and then grab a... I wish the blueprint, if I put it here, I wish it would just stay there. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't. If we just move this down, let's see how wide that is. Of course, I started the clip in the daytime, and as soon as I start recording, the sun sets, and now it's nighttime. And I'm in a place of the base where there's no lights. Yeah, that's approximately the same width. I'm wondering if we can make those just about the same width. All right, well, it's daytime again. I'm trying to reconfigure this stuff to make it more compact, but also to design room for me to walk through everything. So I've got, I guess, little clusters of stuff as tight as it'll go, but then gaps in between. I don't think, let's try these substations, see how they fit. Substation Mach 2, if we have one like just on the clear other side. How far is that going to stretch? I might want to just research the, let's try actually in this gap here, which gives us a little bit more space. If we had one clear on the other side of this grouping, it goes to there. And this guy stretches to what, like 24 by 24? The next one's Mark 3. They stretch to 30 by 30, so an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be pretty good. What I might do is I might add in an extra substation to the design, and then later we can upgrade them to substations Mark 3, and I can just get rid of the redundant substation. Like we'll put one here or something. Still let me walk around. Eventually we can upgrade that and get rid of it, and we'll just have this nice pretty grid. I guess we'd have to extend them this way as well. I'll just have to think about the measurements. So these guys are outputting slow enough. I think that we can let them share about, which will help keep things more compact. So we would have something kind of like this with inserters. Maybe not exactly that spacing, but we would have just a normal yellow belt would work here. So the problem with having the filtration units with one on either side and the out belts going up like that is that the different liquids don't really work out. I'm wondering if we can do something kind of like what I did with the algae guys and also the electrolyzers, just have them staggered by one and pass a unit under it. So let's grab that and let's stagger that like that. In fact, they'll have to be farther apart. So let's pick, oops, that's the wrong thing. Gonna be doing that for my whole life. Let's just pick up everything, because we're gonna need belts. So they'll need to be able to share this belt in between them. And then we'll have one like this, and they will need a recipe. And then this will have to reach underneath. I'm probably gonna need the steel. Oh no, it's gonna reach. Oh, look at that. Lovely. It reaches. Okay, so they can share that, and then I can have that be exiting stage right. Go up and down like that down the line. Let's add another set just to see what it looks like. Okay. And we'll just put as many underground belts as we can just to make it easier to move around, and we'll need inserters. Actually, we don't need inserters on this side. So we might be able to simplify that a little bit. And then it's going to come, maybe we'll need steel for this guy. Yeah, because he needs to go all the way out there. Okay, so we might need steel underground pipes or one of the other kind. Do I have any on me? I do have some on me. Okay. And this is the one that's going over to these guys, so it's probably better that that one reaches farther anyway. And the rest can be just normal pipes, and I'll blueprint this and move it over so we have a little bit more space as well. And then that can get linked together to the other ones. And let me grab that. Yeah, I think that'll work. We will just need, I guess, yeah, we do need those underground belts there because of this guy going like that. I suppose I could underground that to there, which would just be really extreme. Really gotta love your underground belts to do it like that. And then similarly, I think because these guys are doing the, whatever, what should we call it? The slag slurry, quite close. I think we'll do the, what's this called? Purified water? There's so many different names, remember? It's sometimes hard to keep them all within my head without something falling out. Okay, we'll do that one like that, and then this guy will need the steel pipe, which is this guy. Pick him up with Q. Go out to there. Like that. Oh. Okay, it didn't work on this side, so I guess we will have to do underground belts on this side just because of the way they're staggered. All right. Let me grab the last steel. I can't reach it. Robot can do it. Do it like that and like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And then we will need 2 inserters on both sides. We'll also need power, but I think the substations can handle that. Yeah, no problem. Even these little piddly crappy Mark IIs can handle that. Okay, I think this looks pretty clean. This setup's gonna provide us about 1 red belt, almost, of iron plates per second, and it's pretty big, huh? Yeah, we're gonna need about 2.5 times this much stuff for the copper. Some of the things we won't need as much of, but we're gonna need so much stuff. Okay, just visualize in your brain for a second here. This is 1, and we need that plus another 2.5, so 3.5 times that. 3.5 times this on the map is easily the entire size of our current industrial production right now. And we need like so many zillions of other things that this base is going to get gigantic. I think this setup's gonna work nicely though. It's very clean, and we can take the little pieces because we'll only need half this setup for some of the metals. Some of the metals we'll have to combine into alloys. And I think this is gonna work nicely. All the pipes are nice and organized, and I've got space left in between. And after we upgrade to Substation Mark 3, we'll be able to take out these extra power poles, and it'll be a nice, clean, just straight-up grid of 2x4 Substation Mark 3. Got a line here for the carbon to fuel these guys. I wonder if do the highest level blast furnaces always take fuel? I wonder. They probably do if the Mark IIs already do. We've got a belt for the coke and the limestone. And then for the pellets, another inserter for that. Not all of the recipes will take that. In fact, some of them we might not do this process of using the pellets. It is more efficient in the long run, but some of them just get stupidly complicated. And it's probably better just to make the base a little bit bigger. It's already going to be gigantic. May as well make it a little bit bigger. Oh man, we went and got dark again. Well, now I've got power. One good thing about this layout is that it is tileable. Here, let me go and just put down some lights. And what happened to that stupid thing? Okay, let me grab that. So if we grab the Blueprinterino and we blueprint this, you'll see that if I zoom in, it will, even with the redundant power poles that we're going to remove later, it is tileable along the power poles. Although it would be nice to build in some gaps, because I don't currently have a gap walk between the filtration units. It's all just going to be a solid line. So I'm going to have to think about that. But other than that, I think this is going pretty well. So anyway, I think after the iron, we will try out the lead, because it also takes coke and limestone, and we're going to lay all this stuff out and just sort of swap things around as we see what makes the most sense for the recipes. So we'd have another 2 belts there for the limestone and the coke. Try to get all those recipes out of the way, and then we can don't have to take those belts all the way down, figure out how much we need, all that kind of stuff. We will need oxygen, which I guess I probably could even build in more room into this setup for random pipes like that. In fact, we could probably spread out like this step quite a bit. I could change this into a red underground belt and really stretch this out so we have a lot of room for that kind of thing. And probably do that, could do that here as well. I made this more compact than it needs to be. It just had a single pipe. But we'll do that guy next, and then that goes, I think that goes into a blast furnace. No, it goes into a chemical furnace. The lead anode gets you the ingots, and then after that, we'll need to head, I think, into the blast furnace, right? No, we need to go into this guy. He takes the, let's make it straight. We're going to redo it later anyway. It takes the ingots into molten lead, and we don't need nearly as much. So it's going to be like less than, about half this. But we're out of room for the landfill. Or rather, we need to add some more. So we've got a lot of worms in our way. I'm toying with the idea of setting up military science just to get some quality of life stuff to deal with these worms, because they are rather annoying. As you can see. Oh, look at that weird thing it's doing with the... Oh, because I was... Huh. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, but don't get killed here. Oh god, that was close. That was close. So, yeah, I'm thinking of researching some military stuff, which we will need the gray science, all this stuff set up, the ablative weapons testing kit. The thing we don't have, that we're not making currently, that we will need is Invar, right there, Invar plate, which is a combination of nickel and iron. And we would have to do that at the blast furnace level. I think there is a technology where you just smelt the plates together, but I don't think you can use that in this mod pack. But the thing I would really like is this. Sniper rifle, range 30. I think that would be pretty... And damage, 2,400%. That's pretty awesome. I think that would be good for sniping those worms, because that is the entire concern in terms of aliens for this whole pack. Until then, we'll just be using these stupid turrets, and I can't even do it right now because I will die because of my health. I'm wearing the modular armor, which doesn't provide a ton of protection, and it's going to be a while before we get something better. There is, I think we could probably make... Oh, no, I haven't researched that yet. Yeah, because we would need the gray science. There are some pure armor types that don't have the modular kind of stuff. And we are full. Okay, let's go murder up these guys. All right, there you go. Get at him. Oh, okay, let's not die, though. Let's not die, though. All right, get out of my base. See what a tricky trouble just 2 of those worms is? And you can see there was more here before, which I took out, and they were a big pain in the butt. These islands, the ones with just 1 or 2 are fine. Ones with 4 are okay, I guess, but some of them have a lot. Like right here. Look at that. That is going to be a pain in the butt. I really want that sniper rifle, and we might just set up something for that. So I think we'll finish the episode the way we started it by putting down some more solar panels, but we have some hoodlums to take care of. Some no good jerk heads. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way until I get the next set of military research set up. The Invar plate we'll have to do. I think that's really going to be a big time saver in the long run if I get that sniper rifle, because of stuff like this, having to wait for my energy bar to fill up. It's going to be a long time before we're just like overpowered and we can lay waste to everything. Okay, get out of the way, and then there we go. I don't think you're actually going to be able to reach all of them. No, you're out already. Okay, but they're all dead. Okay, pick them all up. Stop it, robots. Get out of range. Get out of range. There's only like 1 left. Is anything, yeah, okay, repair that. How about that? While I do this, and then we can get in range of the next ones. And just 2 at a time should be no big deal. Maybe I should automate as well the ammo production. Okay, here we go. Yush! Are they dead yet? They're dead. That was quick. All right, maybe that's not so bad. So let's fill in the landfill. Fill in the landfill. It's not redundant. And then we will put down the solar panels. And maybe next time we will try to get that sniper rifle, which would be very nice. Let's shoot these guys up here right in their faces. Put down the recipe, or the blueprint. So with this addition here, we're going to have something like 800 solar panels. And that, let me get just in the range of where we need to be. I can't see the green. Okay, we need to be right about here. We're going to have something in the order of 800 solar panels, which will provide 55 megawatts, more or less, of power day and night for our base, and then another 30 megawatts or so coming from our steam engines. Maybe up to 40 megawatts, but then it starts to tank because we're pulling out a lot of carbon and coke and coal and stuff like that from our line that is would otherwise being used to produce power. All right, guys, speed up. But we don't need all that energy right now, but we will need it very soon once we start bringing our new smelting systems online. These guys down here. And in fact, I was thinking about it, and this recipe here is more efficient, but you end up needing all these crazy chemicals. I think we're going to simplify that. We're going to simplify stuff where we can, and just try to scale up and move on with the base. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.